All right, let's talk a little bit about fall and winter gardening. If you guys have been following along watching my videos, you know that I am pretty excited about fall and winter gardening this year. That still does not have plastic on it. I have started to put the string on top to kind of hold the ribs in place. That's what my pattern or directions or whatever says. I do have to glue this last one back together and then we'll be good. We need to get the plastic on. So I haven't done that. But that's my plan. So this is actually where I'm going to grow more food this winter, fall, winter. That is the plan, because I do have plans for the raised bed gardening, which you're going to find out about next week, because I have already filmed that and I'm going to share with you possibly what I'm going to do. Haven't decided completely yet, but I'm pretty excited about it. I'm going to sit here for a second. Hopefully I don't get eaten alive by bugs. We have like mosquitoes and everything, so bad. Here, I don't know what it is. I don't know. Could be the water hole we have right behind the coop. That was going to be the Wallopini, but it's not going to be the Wallopini anymore. So I just want to talk a little bit about fall and winter gardening. And if your plans are not going well, like mine are not, like this has not got plastic on it yet. My raised bed gardening is a jungle. I don't have the stuff that I wanted to plant planted. I tried planting it and some of it died, or it, like these little bugs got it. It's just been like one thing after another. So I'm not like in my fall garden where I want to be in my fall garden, but I'm not giving up. This is my notebook that I was trying to keep, and I hadn't done too bad until, you know, things get busy. And then you can see my last entry was in April. There's nothing else. The rest of it's blank. Now I have been keeping notes on my phone, but then they aren't getting put in the notebook. So I've got to figure out a different system. I think I may try a different system next year called Seed Time. I've been kind of playing around with it. They have a free version. You've probably been seeing it around. I had seen it before, but I've noticed that more people are using it now. They do have the free version, and that's what I'm using. I'm just kind of like messing with it. But the great thing about it is it gives you tasks like when to like start your seeds, when to direct sow, when to cultivate, when to harvest, when to whatever. And so it goes off by when you actually plant your seed. So if you say you're going to plant your seed Friday and you actually plant it on Sunday, then you just move that. It moves everything for you. It does it all for you, and it's free. Did I say it was free? It's free. So there is a paid version, but I don't need that paid version. So not right now anyways. So I'm going to try that out, especially for next year. Now, I do have another option for you as well that I've shared about. So this, you can tell I've used this, gotten it wet, and I need to probably put it in something else. But if you go to, garden.org, then you will get a printout, or you can get a printout like this. So this is when my first frost date is, approximately for 6B. That is our zone. And that is approximately when we will get our first frost. So it actually gives me a good rundown of what plants, when to start them indoors, when to direct sow. You can see with it being almost October, I am really far behind on some of this stuff. I'm not discouraged totally. I'm going to still start it because basically I have this. So if there is a way that you can cover stuff, then I encourage you to do something. If it's small, like if you have a raised bed and you can cover that raised bed, you can make a microclimate in it, then go for it. Start something. Even if you grow one more cabbage or something more than what you did last year, then I count that as a victory, and I count that as learning. I do have this little planting guide that came with my square foot square that I did use a little bit last year, or not last year, but this year. And I am going to use this, I think, a little bit more, especially if I change around my raised bed gardening. But then you can also find lots of free things online. You can tell this is like, it's on my clipboard that goes around, gets put everywhere. But you can do like, companion guides. There are so many different like planting guides that you can look at. And just lots of different things that you can print out if you don't want to use something on the computer or your phone. I also have a free guide that goes along with the shorts that I shared not too long ago for winter gardening. I shared 10 different things for you, and if you haven't seen those, be sure to check out my shorts, because I did here on YouTube, because I did create those for winter gardening, for fall winter gardening. And you can do those are quick little tips for the fall and winter and gardening in those different seasons. And I do have that free guide for you, and I will link that below. I also have one that's more extensive, and it is on sale right now if you wanted to purchase that, but if not, not a big deal. I do have that free guide down there for you. I'm also going to leave the link for this garden.org for this that I use. I use this for spring and summer, and it worked great. I haven't done so well for the fall, even though it's told me exactly what to do. I think it's because I didn't have the tasks set for what was in my summer garden, like when to harvest stuff exactly, when to I needed to harvest it and get it out of there and plant something else in there, and I haven't. I've not done that as well. Now, I've got some beds in there that I'm gonna not plant anything in, and that was my plan, but now I may not plant anything in there because I may be redoing that whole thing. So you're going to have to check that out next week, though. I do have that video ready to go. I'm pretty excited about it, so make sure you share your thoughts. But I do want to encourage you just a little bit. I'm kind of I'm a little, not far behind, but I am a little behind on my fall and winter gardening. So if that's you too, don't get discouraged. You can still plant something. If the goal is to not buy as much from, the store or whatever it might be, then make a list of those things that you want to grow in the winter, like lettuces or cabbages or things like that, and figure out where you can grow them. Figure out if you can cover them up with frost covers, sheets, plastic, whatever it might be. Up here in the raised bed gardening, I do have hoops that will help me out. The great thing about these hoops is I can actually take these out. I can move them into the high tunnel or into the caterpillar tunnel, and I can use those as a microclimate inside the other plastic. So if I have the plastic on top of the caterpillar tunnel, then I can have these down in the caterpillar tunnel as another layer of insulation protection for plants in there as well. Do the same thing if you have a raised bed and you cover the raised bed. You can have a smaller hoop or microclimate inside that raised bed little greenhouse as well. So I just encourage you to kind of play around with it, experiment a little bit, and see what you can grow this fall and winter. I hope that you like this video. Be sure to like and subscribe. Be sure to comment below with your tips and tricks for winter gardening, or maybe what you are doing this year. And as always, don't forget to be lovely lights today.